Hello and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to all the new subscribers. YouTube is showing 702 subscribers this morning, which is unbelievable. Absolutely can't believe it. Thank you ever so much to everyone for subscribing. A while back, Annalise suggested doing a video about the Erdington murders, and it got me thinking about doing some true crime videos. And I've got a list of true crime videos, but I wanted to start with Stuart Hopkins, the murder of Carol Martin in Redditch in 1986. And the reason that I want to cover this is because back in 1986, my sister was interested in learning about the law. And long story, we ended up in the public gallery of a Crown Court case that was taking place in Hereford Crown Court in November 1986. And this was the case. I heard things that day that I'll never forget. And it does mean that I can add a little bit of extra information to the article that I've used. I'd like to thank the Worcester News Crime Files, and there's a link to the article below this video. Also, if you want to find out more, it looks like there's a book called The Detective and the Doctor, which is co-written by Detective Chief Superintendent David Cole. And in that book, he talks a little bit about this case, apparently. I haven't got the book. Monday, the 3rd of February 1986, had begun as just another busy day in the life of 38-year-old Carol Martin from the village of Inkberrow. In the afternoon, she decided she had just enough time to call at the Kingfisher Shopping Centre in Redditch before collecting her 2 children from their private schools. It was a decision that would cost Carol her life. Carol Martin had been knifed around 50 times in the face and body, so badly that a senior police officer who lived near the Martins didn't recognise her. It's worth noting that she was unrecognisable because it comes up as a piece of evidence later on. One of the starting points of any murder investigation is to first eliminate the person who discovers the body. On a bleak February afternoon in 1986, 19-year-old sociology student Stuart Hopkins obviously didn't know that. If he had, he wouldn't have hung around a Redditch shopping centre car park trying to comfort a young mother. He told detectives he thought she had been hit by a car and was hailed a hero for being so compassionate. But it wasn't long before the mask began to slip. As a teenager, I was in the public gallery of Hereford Crown Court for one day of this trial, and I remember the detective talking about how his suspicions were raised after Hopkins forgot the name of the victim. He actually referred to Carol Martin as what's her name or something like that. Then, following a police press conference, 2 sisters recognised Hopkins as a notorious flasher. One of them was to say, it wasn't just flashing either, it was the whole works. The teenager faced juvenile court over the offence, but his mother gave him an alibi, and it never appeared on his police record. Nevertheless, the revelation encouraged detectives that they were on the right track and added to the case that they were building against Hopkins. When she returned to her car on level 8 of car park 2, Carol Martin crossed paths with Stuart Hopkins. Considering the busy location and the time of day, it was remarkable that no one witnessed what happened next. The first indication of the tragedy was when a couple driving towards the car park exit found their way blocked by what they thought was a pile of clothes on the floor. As they stopped, Stuart Hopkins stepped out of the shadows. It was soon obvious that the pile of clothes was in fact a very seriously injured woman, and the alarm was raised. The immediate assumption was that she had been hit by a car. A security guard and policeman were rapidly on the scene, but although still alive, Carol could not talk. Within minutes an ambulance arrived, but she was already dead from massive loss of blood. A broken blood-stained knife blade was found in a gutter on a lower level of the car park, and then its matching handle turned up on the flat roof of an adjacent building. In the immediate aftermath of the murder, shy Stuart Hopkins with thick-rimmed glasses and American college boy looks became flavour of the month. The always tidily dressed youth, who had no interest in girls and no close friends apart from his parents, was the centre of attention, praised for his compassion and bravery in comforting the horrifically injured Carol Martin. He told fellow students a photograph of her released by her family was a good likeness of the lady he had helped. But how would he know? I just want to insert here that I think he was a Birmingham University student, but I haven't been able to confirm that. If you know more about this case, please comment below. Finally, a thumbprint on the knife blade turned out to be his. He claimed he had knelt on the weapon as he comforted Carol, but he became frightened and threw it away. Why would an innocent man try to dispose of a vital piece of evidence? Hopkins was charged with murder and appeared before Mr. Justice Hopkins. I don't know, that feels like a typo to me. Mr. Justice Hopkins in the ancient oak-panelled Hereford Crown Court in November 1986. He was found guilty following a 9-day trial, attended every day by his parents after praying in Hereford Cathedral. He showed no emotion as the judge passed a life sentence. His mother, clutching a Bible, collapsed in uncontrollable tears. No one will ever know why Stuart Hopkins attacked Carol Martin so viciously, but the words of one of the girls he had been accused of flashing at years before might give a clue. "When I saw him, I just ran," she said. But perhaps she was the sort of woman who would have a go. It was reported in 2001 that Hopkins may be released on parole.